For the night, as usual, giving you the two teams. Spurs with Eric Torsfeld in goal. Number 2, Terry Fenwick. Number 3, Pat van den Hauwe. 4, Gudni Bergson. 5, David Howes. 6, Gary Mabbott. 7, Paul Stewart, who's recovered from a knock on the knee. 8, Paul Walsh, who wears the number 8 shirt. Gordon Durie out with a slight hamstring. 9, Vinnie Samways. 10, the return of Gary Lineker. And 11, Paul Allen. Spurs, as usual, with Bergson and Mabbott as their centre-backs. 4 in the midfield. Paul Walsh up front with Gary Lineker. But Liverpool, as you've heard, find no place for their new signing, Michael Thomas. He's on the subs bench. The Liverpool team in goal, they've got Bruce Grobbelaar. 2 is Rob Jones. 3, David Burrows. 4, Steve Nicol. 5, Mark Wright. 6, Nick Tanner. 7, Dean Saunders. 8, Ray Houghton. 9, Steve McManaman. 10, Jan Molby. And 11, Steve McMahon. No developments today, I gather, in the proposed move of McMahon to Manchester City. So he plays in the side. It's the one that beat Forest on Saturday. The same formation, presumably. Houghton on the right side of midfield, Nicol on the left, and young McManaman up front with Dean Saunders. Our substitutes tonight, Nayim and Steve Sedgley for Tottenham, Michael Marsh and Michael Thomas for Liverpool. And our referee tonight, from Alton in Hampshire, John Martin. That is quite right, Ian St John. With that little bit of rain on the pitch, there'll be a bit of zip in it. And two sides who are such excellent passing sides. The prospects are really good.
Well, the prospects are good, Brian. We're looking forward to a game tonight with two class teams playing football. The pitch is in wonderful condition. The rain will only help matters because it'll make it zip around. And you know, we're all looking forward to some goal-worth excitement tonight.
And Liverpool with that incentive of going 4th in the first division of the Barclays League if they come away from White Hart Lane here tonight with 3 points. And Gary Lineker, here's Steve McMahon. And Gary Lineker, when he came onto the field for the warm-up, it was really quite an emotional moment. There was a wonderful reception, not only from the Spurs fans, let it be said, but also from the Liverpool fans as well. Wonderful to see Gary Lineker back in the lineup. John Martin now getting ready to get the game underway. McMahon quickly into the action with Saunders a little into passing. Saunders getting it back again, but Howes back to Mabbott. Not an awful lot to spare there. Lineker trying to get in behind Tanner. Here's Walsh, former Liverpool player. Gets the ball to Lineker. Walsh! Well, a really sprightly start there for Tottenham. They thought they'd earned a corner as well, but referee Martin pointing that it's a goal kick. Good combination here between Walsh and Lineker. Nice little touch there by Lineker. Walsh just shoved out of the way there, couldn't get his shot in.
It was a wonderful run there by Walsh, but Rob Jones, the young right back, did very well tracking him down there, Brian, and was in there with the tackle as Walsh had a chance.
As I said a moment ago, Ian, it was an excellent touch from Gary Lineker, his first touch after being out of the game for 4 matches.
I think that it'll be a great relief for him to be out there playing, Brian. I'm sure the hour and a half, you know, his mind will be off his personal problems.
Here's Walsh again. The free kick to Tottenham. Liverpool coming here with a terrific record. They've lost only 1 of their last 10, 6 of which they've won. They really seem to be on the march again, and goodness knows where that's going to end. That free kick from Samways ends comfortably in Grobbelaar's midriff. I think the Spurs manager Peter Shreve saying to me yesterday, I still believe Liverpool will push for that title. And knowing their pedigree, you can't really doubt that comment. McMahon getting it wide to David Burrows. Just one further remark about Gary Lineker. He did ask me to pass on how grateful he was for all the messages of support that he's had both from inside football and outside for the future improvements of young George, who, as Gary said, seems to be a real little battler. There really is such a lot of respect and affection for the whole of the Lineker family out there. It's up to Saunders. Houghton onto this right side of midfield. This young Rob Jones in, only with Crew. Houghton again. Bit of space for him to work here. Tries to sling a long ball there towards Saunders. Stewart, tucked in as he is so often just in front of the back four of Tottenham, does a terrific job there for them. Vanden Hauwe pass a little bit out of phase there, and Torsvet quickly off his line, but McManaman caught offside. Spurs, for their part, with a good fortnight behind them. They had a victory at Coventry in the Rumbelows Cup, a win here against Notts County, and of course that splendid draw at Leeds on Saturday, which the Spurs players regard just about as their best performance of the season. Now, of course, they've got Lineker back as well. There's Walsh, right just ahead. Fouls. His goal got the point at Leeds. Walsh, free kick. Well, he's had a touch of flu, Paul Walsh, for the last few days. He trained very hard yesterday and got on a really good sweat, and that obviously sweated a lot of it out. And he had 4 seasons at Anfield. I felt he didn't really quite do himself justice there. Something to prove here tonight. As Vanden Hauwe slips that one in, Wright gets it away. Howell's turning it again. It almost came through to Paul Walsh. Vanden Hauwe certainly gets a chance to play it in once more. Nice little turn here by Samways, and a very good challenge again by Rob Jones for Liverpool. Samways. Howell's a good shot. Spurs at the moment certainly pinning Liverpool back in their own half.
Started off very brightly, Tottenham, tonight, Brian. Zipping the ball around here, they're knocking it around well, creating a couple of chances, and, you know, Liverpool will need to be on their toes tonight to handle them.
McManaman to Burrows. Good jump by Bergson. McManaman. It's gone out of play. It's a Tottenham throw. Terry Fenwick with it. Lineker came to Walsh. Walsh's pass quite easily cut out by Jones. McMahon. Houghton. Molby. Jones. Challenged by Stewart. McMahon swings it wide, but Steve Nicol caught offside this time. Samways. It's a good ball play to Howes. Bringing the galloping Pac-Man and Hauwe into the play. Lineker. Jones away. Abbott. Stewart. And Hauwe seeking to steal a yard or two. Gets it back to Samways. Liverpool with a very good record against Tottenham over the last few years. I think Spurs have won only one of their last 8 encounters, and Liverpool did the double over them last season. Here's Molby. So many good things spring from him, and here's Saunders with McManaman waiting in the middle. Houghton's coming quickly as well. Saunders might get to it for the second time. It comes in towards McManaman, just a fraction too high for him, and it's a goal kick.
Well, it was an excellent ball in the first place from Jan Molby, and that's Molby's job, Ryan. He's a wonderful passer, and he sent a beautiful ball to Saunders, got the cross in just a little bit high there for McManaman. But Liverpool's best attack.
Stewart, Howells, there's Mabbott, Vanden Hauwe, Gary Lineker caught offside there. Starting to rain quite heavily again. Tanner takes the free kick. Stewart running into trouble. Well, there's a bit of confidence. Just clipping it back accurately to Erik Thorstvedt. Right. Equally confident getting it back to Grobbelaar. Nickel, booked a foul on Paul Allen. Burrows will take it. He's leaving it to Nicky Tanner. He kicks the right one. Burrows have gone forward, got the header in well there. It might have been a shot by Abbott on the edge of that box on Saunders. Allen. David Burrows with the throw for Liverpool. Nickel. Molby. Burrows. Hustled out of that one, but Molby quickly into the rescue. Just Molby's sort of pitch, this, Saint, isn't it?
Well, yeah, actually it suits, I would think, everybody, Brian, but Molby, very important at the moment for Liverpool. He's the passer. He's the one that sets things up.
Here's Walsh. Lineker waiting in the middle. Here's Gary Lineker. The shot goes wide, but Lineker gets a corner, deflected off a Liverpool defender. Which Rennie Samways will take. Howells at the near post. Lineker on the goal line. Walsh in there as well. 2 or 3 big men on the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Played in short towards Paul Walsh. A good turn by him. But in the end, trying a little too much. Not a very good clearance, though, by McManaman. Samways. Tottenham's ball. Walsh. Molby. Burrows. Molby again. Well, that one went astray. I was just about to say it'd be quite a good exercise in terms of 90 minutes to see how many of Molby's passes go astray. There can't be many of them. Nickel. McManaman. Nickel's gone forward. Steve McManaman. Now Saunders with space. He's offside. He's offside. In any case, he hit the post.
I have to say, I thought that was a tight one there, Brian.
I would have agreed.
Look at it here. In fact, I think maybe it's Steve Nickel there. He was offside.
Well, I don't know. The flag went up actually for Saunders, you know.
It certainly did, yes. But Nickel was offside.
Although he at that point was trying to get back into an onside position, not interfering with the play on the far side of the field.
Actually, we had this discussion the last game here, wasn't it? Or was that 2 years ago?
Jones. Stewart. Howells chasing Grobbelaar there, but it's gone outside the box. Bruce will have to get back inside with it. Burrows. Planting that one forward. But there was a foul by Stewart, I think probably on McManaman. And Liverpool get a free kick with no goals, with 12 minutes of the game gone. Tanner will take it. And now with Mark Wright. It's that one straight at Stewart. Samways. Brandon Howe. Howells letting it go through to Walsh. Straight to Nickel. Then on to McManaman. Bergson trying to hold him up, but McManaman's done well here. Saunders. And again it was Stewart with a header getting it back to Torstvedt. Howes. Straight to Burrows. McMahon. Good work there by Stewart. Just didn't fall for him though, but here's a good passing movement coming up from Liverpool. Houghton with a shot which he hits Mabbott with. It comes up to Walsh. The game really beginning to open out and develop now. Walsh to Samways. Paul Walsh, touched in for Lineker. Look at this for passing, and then it comes off Lineker and goes straight to Steve Nicol. Molby. Burrows. Walsh working hard over there. Just shoved him out of the way. And McManaman caught offside.
It really is a game for the connoisseur tonight, Brian. Spurs are trying to match Liverpool in the passing game because, you know, that's Liverpool's game, they knock it around, and Tottenham are doing that tonight. And, you know, if you enjoy your football played that way, then this is a good game. Everybody's trying to pass it, everybody's trying to be clever, and a lot of the things are breaking down simply because of that, but it's the kind of game I enjoy.
Well, let's hope a few million in their homes are enjoying it as well. 0-0 here, with a quarter of an hour of this game gone at White Hart Lane. Spurs 0, Liverpool 0. Rob Jones. Houghton. Stopped by Mabbott. Little touch there by Samways. Brandon Howe. Up to Walsh. That's a lovely ball from Lineker again on the end of it. Look how far Grobbelaar's come out. Allen chasing after it. But Spurs may have lost a bit of momentum there, but they were very close to the breakthrough there. Samways again. Walsh. Back in again for Vinnie Samways. Stopped by Grobbelaar and Walsh. It's gone off the defender for a corner. But a real bit of bite about those Tottenham attacks. Walsh looks as though he's picked up something of an injury there. Spurs fans getting behind their team now as Vinnie Samways takes another corner for them. Not a very good one, but it comes to Mabbott. Just over.
Well, it was about a lovely play there by Tottenham, wasn't it? Paul Walsh, very much the man involved with it too, and you know, I think little Walsh is out to prove something to Liverpool tonight. He really is buzzing. A lovely 1-2 with Samways, and when the ball actually came back off Bruce there, I think it was Mark Wright to get out there just to block him in time.
Meanwhile, McManaman refusing to be shrugged off that ball, gets it through to Houghton, back to Rob Jones. Little touch by Molby, won by McMahon. Molby getting it forward. McManaman to McMahon, then Spurs break it up. Stewart gets it to Fenwick. Now Paul Allen. Here's Burrows. Nicol forwards. Little touch there by McMahon. I don't think it'll quite reach Burrows. A really good, strong challenge that time by the Icelandic international Gudni Bergson. It's a goal kick. Yes, talking about Paul Walsh, he had 4 years at Anfield, as you know, saying 84 to 88. He was telling me yesterday that he looks on it as a very enjoyable time he had there for on Merseyside, but didn't really do himself justice. I think he made about 112 appearances in all and 37 goals.
Well, you say that, but he was quite a favourite, you know, with the fans up there, Brian. Maybe he didn't think he'd done himself justice, but people up there liked him.
Burrows, Molby, just took too long on that one. Samways closed in very quickly on him. McMahon. Right. Jones. With the space here for Houghton. Saunders. Jones now. Saunders again. Whipping that cross in. Wasn't easy, that one. That skidded through to Fenwick. Took it well on his body. Cut out by Burrows. Played forward for Nicol. Saunders. Good challenge that time by Vanden Hauw. Howes. What a lovely ball for Samways. And a lovely ball by Samways for Lineker. Crossed in by Lineker. Well held by Bruce Grobbelaar. Molby. No, that didn't come off. So Spurs take it up again with David Howes. Just forcing it through to Lineker. Touch out here now for Vanden Hauw. Howes again. Tanner there before Walsh. Well, a foul there by Nicol on Allen. Done intentional to me. And a free kick here for Tottenham. Which Terry Fenwick will take. Up goes Wright, wins it in the air well. Stewart. Paul Allen, space for him, but he's given offside. Jones to Howden. In for Saunders. Challenge again there by Bergson. Did well there for Tottenham, but now they've lost it. And it was Bergson who got in another clearance. Only a half clearance, and Liverpool still coming forward as Jones knocks it in. Bergson once again there with a header. Burrows to McMahon. It'll come for Molby. McManaman. Don't think how to get to that one. Right, just getting there before Lineker. Jones again. Out. Getting a flag up for offside.
Well, the way this ball's zipping around, Brian, there's a lot of mistakes being made, as I said, and that's when you expect a goal to crop up, because defenders are falling over the ball, you're missing interceptions, and there's so many things happening in both penalty areas. One would expect a goal to crop up at any time now.
Certainly a game that the crowd are greatly enjoying at the moment. Burrows just directing that header slightly, but a foul by Walsh on Tanner. A free kick to Liverpool.
He should pick in somebody his own side, shouldn't he?
I think he's really fired up, Paul Walsh, for this one. Tanner's free kick for Liverpool. Goes Saunders. Vanden Hauw gets it back. Vanden Hauw. Howes. Molby. Howden. Samways trying a long ball to no good effect. Easily cut out by Mark Wright. To Ray Houghton for Liverpool. Knocked away there by Samways. It comes through to Allen. And Liverpool get it away again now here with McMahon. Britain's two survivors in European competition, of course. Liverpool drawn yesterday against Genoa. And the UEFA Cup, Spurs have a quarter-final date against Feyenoord in the Cup Winners' Cup. There you go. And Howe. Stewart has popped up on the left side here. Walsh. Great chance for Walsh. Well, he may feel he hadn't done himself justice in his 4 years at Anfield, but he's really made his mark here tonight against his old team, taking the ball round Tanner there, just inside the far post. An excellent opportunist and individual goal there by Paul Walsh.
Well, nobody deserves a goal more than Paul Walsh. You know, he's been instrumental in lots of things happening for Tottenham. That was lovely football. But this little fella can do that, Brian. We all know that. And it's nice to see him able to do it again tonight.
It's only the second time he's been on target this season. And as I say, he's had 3 or 4 days with the flu bug hanging around him. But he feels $1 million now. Both his goals, as you can see, coming in the league. Molby's header. Nickel. McManaman. Burrows. Molby finding McManaman again. Nickel playing the ball in and Bergson getting it away once more. Burrows. And Saunders, the flag is up for an offside.
Spurs are pushing out well here, Brian. They're holding the line and making Liverpool, you know, the strikers at Liverpool push him out towards the edge of the box here, and it's working for them, and they're catching Saunders offside a few times.
Certainly don't want to swamp you with statistics, but before that Paul Walsh goal, Liverpool have conceded only 4 in their last 10 games.
It makes a mockery of what people were saying, that the defence were playing badly, Brian, because you know, that's a good defensive record.
I think, in fact, only Manchester United have got a better defensive record in the first division of the Barclays League. Conceded 10 goals of United, and Liverpool and Leeds have each conceded 14.
It's a nightmare for defenders playing against little fellas, you know, like Paul Walsh, because he can wriggle around them. He just walked past Tanner there, didn't he, and stuck it away underneath Bruce. You can't blame the goalkeeper there.
Bergson. I think we've both seen Spurs quite often this season. For a long time in the early part of this season, they really look quite fragile, particularly in defence, but their confidence has come sweeping back now with the 1 or 2 good results they've had in the last fortnight, 3 weeks.
They were very tentative, I thought, against Arsenal, but since then, you know, they've had some good results, haven't they?
McMahon. Here's Burrows. Stopped this time by Paul Allen, and here's Samways leading the charge. Allen's got a lovely position on the right-hand side. Lineker's gone bursting into the middle as well, and Wright and Grobbelaar going for that same ball in a certain amount of confusion. The linesman's given Spurs a corner, but again a great sweeping move by Tottenham. Paul Allen involved on that occasion. Samways also, and a ball played in that really had that Liverpool defence at full stretch, and Lineker lurking just behind them. Mabbott's come up for this corner. Fennick is up in there too. It's played short here for Paul Allen. Samways again, getting to the byline. Oh my goodness, right across that 6-yard area. And how was it that Lineker didn't get the touch on that one just to prod it in?
He was a fraction off it there, Gary Lineker. That was a superb ball and a great run there by Samways. I mean, he just walked past the Liverpool defenders onto the byline. And when he slid that one across, there's Lineker, an inch away.
Howe bringing it from deep. McMahon, bit of space for him, even more space for Burrows. Here's a bit for Molby. Houghton. McManaman. Good challenge though by Stewart, stopping that Liverpool move in its tracks. Van den Hal. Samways. Fennick. Lineker. Allen. Back to Fennick. Some delightful passing here by Tottenham now. And working hard at their game as well. Nickel. And the throw to Liverpool. To be taken by David Burrows. Nickel. Played in for Saunders, a great chance now. A terrific goal. It's 1-1. Struck with the speed of light there, Dean Saunders. League goals have been few and far between for him, but he took this pass beautifully. Torsvedt came out onto the left foot, whacked it past the big Norwegian keeper, just in off the post, and Liverpool put it level at 1-1.
Well, they fell asleep on that one because he got on the blind side of Gary Mabbott there. But what a wonderful finish with his left foot, top corner.
Here's Walsh. Could be another one here, just wide of the Liverpool goal. Certainly not being starved of action tonight, and good action at that. And that was Saunders' first goal in the league since the end of August. He's got a total now of 14. 9 in Europe, 2 in the Rumbelows Cup, and now 3 in the Football League. And as you can see, a bit of a milestone, the 100th goal of his league career.
It's a beautiful goal to beat 100th, wasn't it? It was a lovely goal.
Well, nobody knows Dean Saunders better than the Spurs manager Peter Shreves, as the Welsh coach, of course. And he was saying to me yesterday, he's a top-class finisher. You can never keep him down for long. Well, that really was a top-class bit of finishing.
Pat Van den Hau actually played him on side, you know. When Saunders made the run behind Mabbott, had Van den Hau been level, he would have ran offside, but he played him on.
1-1 there. Stewart. Howells. Abbott. He's given that one away too. Now can Liverpool take advantage of it? It's with Dean Saunders again. That time Abbott got his challenge in well, and one against Houghton, but Houghton still knocks it wide here for Saunders once again, and Liverpool get a corner off Vinnie Samways. Taken by Ray Houghton. McManaman at the near post, it goes way beyond him, up to Mark Wright, there's Wright's header. So it's 1-1 here. This part of North London. Good news for another side of North London. Paul Merson, I gather, has put England B a goal up against the Spanish Olympic side in Spain. Stewart puts it through. So England B leading by a goal to nil in Spain. Paul Merson the scorer.
You'll notice the difference, Brian, between the two goalkeepers in this. Grobbelaar always throws the ball out, and Torsvedt has been kicking it all the time.
Fennick, Samways, little touch by Lineker. Fennick playing it in again. Here's that danger man Walsh again. Taking on his man beautifully there, Mark Wright. Fennick crossing it in once more. Jones getting it away as far as Stewart. Allen on the far side. Spurs coming back at Liverpool again now. Samways looking to get it onto the left foot shot, charge down. It'll come to Paul Stewart. Van den Hal, little chip by him. Will it come to Samways? No, it's gathered a bit of pace on this wet turf and fell conveniently for Bruce Grobbelaar. McMahon. Van den Hal. Stopped by Saunders. Taken up by Houghton and now by Molby. Back for Ray Houghton again. Wide this time for Steve Nicol. Houghton. Flag is up again on the far side for an offside. Liverpool getting caught too many times in offside positions.
Stevie Nicol thought that was a little bit close, that one. But it's a dangerous game, Brian, when you play offside, and Spurs do that, as we've seen many times. You know, they try to hold the line and play people offside, and it can be dangerous, and proved that in the goal.
Burrows. Well, a bit of a tangle there. I don't think the referee could decide exactly who was at fault, and so quite rightly wave play on. Tanner finding Houghton. Saunders, who's looking really lively this evening. McManaman gets it back to Burrows. Played in for Molby. What comes next is for McMahon. There might be a rifling drive here. Just too high, though. Well, he scored on Saturday. His first goal of the season.
Not a bad effort.
Well, that one didn't go in, but this is the
goal.
This is the goal of Dean Saunders.
That was a beauty.
Right. Jones. Touch on there by McManaman. Saunders almost latched onto that one. Mabbott doing well for Tottenham. Finds Samways, a little ball there back to his captain. Still Mabbott involved. Gets it eventually to Stewart. Out to Molby. Oh, what a bad ball by Molby. Paul Allen. Walsh away on the right for him. Lineker in the middle. Allen's continued his run. It might come for Lineker. But Grobbelaar there, just a fraction before him once again.
He's been close a couple of times tonight, Gary Lineker. Almost a little mistake there by Liverpool defenders.
McManaman offside.
I've noticed with Liverpool that Ray Houghton, who you would expect to be playing wide on the right, when Liverpool get the ball, his moves in field, Brian, he's been filling there in midfield, and young Jones has been coming outside him.
Van den Hal struggling to get that ball from Lineker. Molby. Tanner. Nicol couldn't quite pick it up there. Walsh, very nimble indeed. Samways, who's covering an awful lot of ground as well. It's a Tottenham corner. Forward goes Mabbott and Fennick. Samways will take it again. Played in again, short to Walsh. Little chip by Samways now for Paul Allen. Struck first time, just too high. Low kick.
Well, Tottenham obviously feel that just playing the ball in the air and for corner kicks won't be successful. They're using all their corners and short ones.
Molby. Hustled into an error there. Tanner made it. Lineker might punish him for it. Really pulled the trigger there. Howes tries to get it back. Just one or two minor errors in that Liverpool defence in the last couple of minutes here in St John.
Yes, they certainly have. There's Nicky Tanner getting caught out there.
But here's a good ball now for Steve Nicol. McManaman's gone wide for him, still with Nicol. Well, Stevie Nicol hasn't scored this season. His last goal was last March against Derby County.
But you must remember, of course, we've been playing mainly at central defence, Brian, while Liverpool have been patching up in the early part of the season.
Well, of course, he's played almost everywhere.
He has been. He's a wonderful player.
Saunders. McMahon. A little ball there by Jones. McMahon again. Molby. Burrows to Nicol. Played in again towards McManaman. Corner given. About 5 minutes to go to half-time. 1-1 the score here at White Hart Lane. Paul Walsh putting Tottenham in the lead. Dean Saunders getting the equaliser for Liverpool. McMahon offside. Searching ball there by McMahon, actually for Ray Houghton, but Houghton was quite clearly in an offside position. Molby. Played for Houghton. Here's Burrows. Nicol outside him. Well, he decided to go all the way himself, and the deflection took him behind for another Liverpool corner. On right forwards. They're looking for Wright as well. But Stewart knew that was the man he had to mark very closely. He got a good header in there, Paul Stewart. Molby. Wright. Molby. A lovely ball again. McManaman. Here's Nicol. Saunders! Straight into the arms of the keeper again. But the ruined Saunders was allowed on the edge of that 6-yard area. Spurs need to have an instant inquest on that one. Instead of that, Paul Allen gets through the challenge of Molby, goes through the challenge of Wright, and then Jones comes in the nick of time.
The way this gets going,
game, isn't it?
You've got to expect a goal to be coming at any time. For sure, I don't think it's going to finish 1-1, Brian.
Molby. Saunders over on the left flank now. McManaman in the middle. David Burrows. Molby. Plays it for Saunders, little touch by him, picked out by Mabbott, picked out again by Mabbott, but again Molby's there. Burrows. Now, look at Burrows now. In behind the ball, squeezes it back, but easy that time for Torstvedt. Lineker. Stewart. Howes. Samways. Walsh. It's Tottenham's throw. And how to Vinnie Samways. Now for Stewart. McMahon quickly out of that penalty area to try and close him down. Still Stewart though. Plays the short ball. Doesn't get it back from Paul Allen. Saunders can now take it up to Liverpool. McManaman's made a terrific run through the middle for him. Nichols up there too. Molby just behind him. Still with Saunders. Here's Molby. McMahon. McManaman. Oh, Houghton again. Now for Molby. Rifled it in, and Torsfit in just a little bit of trouble. I think maybe Molby possibly stubbed his toe, letting fly there. The prophets of gloom will tell you there are so many things wrong with the British game at the moment, but I tell you what, Ian, I've seen some wonderful games this season, you know, with some beautiful football played by the likes of Manchester United, I must say, at the weekend, for example, and Brian Robson saying that's how they've been playing for quite a few weeks now. Leeds so effective as well. Sure. Arsenal have played some good stuff. West Ham and Liverpool that we saw was a terrific game. I saw Chelsea come here at the start of the season and play as well as I've seen anybody play. And Norwich City are one of the best passing sides in the First Division. And look, we're getting this tonight.
Oh, this is a super game of football tonight.
There's a lot of terrific football still in our First Division of the Barclays League. Don't have any doubts about it. And Mr. Burrows, as the half-time whistle goes, and a real mouth-watering prospect for the second half of this one. Paul Walsh having put Tottenham ahead after 23 minutes. 5 minutes later, the equaliser by Dean Saunders for Liverpool. 1-1 is the situation here at White Hart Lane. Brian Moore and Ian St John back in the commentary box, welcome you now for the second half. I must say that Gazza was in very good spirits yesterday. He's getting a lot of movement on that knee, and he's working very hard on getting into the gym at something like 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning and really working hard on that knee, determined to get back into the fray again. Away we go then for the second half. 1-1 the score. Liverpool attacking the goal to our left. Abbott, yes, there was a shove in the back by Saunders on Abbott. If you're sitting warm and comfortable at home, let me just tell you, it's raining even harder now here at White Hart Lane, as you can see. It skidded off the head of Tanner, but Grobbelaar gathers it safely enough, preventing it going for the corner. West Germany are 3-0 up against Luxembourg in that European qualifying game. Remember, they needed just a draw against Luxembourg to qualify and push out Wales. I don't suppose, disappointing though it is for Welshmen, that sort of scoreline will come as any surprise to them. A match here, incidentally, that's going live to Scandinavia, it's going live to Spain, it's going live to South Africa, to Italy, to Belgium, and to New Zealand. Greetings to you all, wherever you are watching this game of football tonight.
Well, I've got quite a few friends out in South Africa, Brian, from my days of playing out there. So hello to everyone in Cape Town.
Long clearance by Torstvedt. Right underneath this one. Knocked away by Rob Jones. Brandon Howe. Touch by Lineker. Didn't quite come off. Liverpool winning 3-1 here last season when Ian Rush scored a couple of goals, Peter Beardsley the other one. Lineker scored that day for Tottenham, and they won right at the tail end of the season, 2-0 at Anfield. Rush again, and David Speedie the scorers that time. Ian Rush, in fact, has had a very good record over the years against Tottenham. When you think, well, he got 26 goals, I think, last season. They're missing him, obviously, and John Barnes weighed in with an 18. So it's little wonder that Liverpool's goals for record has taken a bit of a slump this season. Scored only 21 in the league. David Howes. Puts it in. Tanner. A little at 6s and 7s there because it skidded off the pitch. Spurs getting possession again with Terry Fenwick. Finding Paul Stewart. And McManaman bringing it away. Only as far as Samways, though. Good turn by Vinny Samways. Allen. Challenged by Burrows. Burrows and Allen just getting a little niggly with each other, and a very good piece of refereeing there by John Martin. Without any histrionics, went up there and had a quiet word with them. Here's Stewart. Here's Paul Stewart. Tried to ladle that through to Gary Lineker. The flag is up on this side of the field. The whistle's now gone. It's an offside. Brandon Howe and Rob Jones seem to be worrying about it, but it's a free kick to Liverpool.
Actually, I thought Paul Stewart, who did ever so well getting there, Brian, might have had a shot, and he was looking for the extra pass, but once you get in the box and you're that distance from goal, it was worth a shot.
Up to Saunders. Here's Ray Houghton. Fenwick. To Big Eric. A nasty bang on the nose at Leeds. He had a lot of trouble stopping that nose bleeding as well. Telling me he thinks it was Paul Stewart's knee that did the damage. Certainly very painful, though. Here's Molby. Didn't quite have enough on it to carry through to Steve Nicol. Fenwick getting it way long there towards Walsh. Walsh. Allen. Still with Allen. Stewart. Little touch by Lineker. What a good touch by Lineker. Stewart powering through. Good work again by Rob Jones. And Liverpool get the ball out to Steve McMahon. Hit up towards Saunders. Brandon Howe. Little touch for Walsh. Trying to go around Jones. Okay.
The youngster did well again there, Brian, but the ball is jetting off this pitch now, and that's a problem, I think, for the players. Causing a few problems, it's coming so quickly to them. And we've seen a lot of mistakes, but I think that only adds to the excitement of the game.
Here's Houghton. And again Houghton. This time finding McManaman. Little touch for Saunders. In for Molby. And Steve McMahon. Good ball out left here. Well taken too by David Burrows. In for Nicol. And Abbott getting it behind. Last ditch attempt there for the corner. It's already taken. Game with Burrows. Space. Look at the space for Houghton, but the flag is up. It's amazing how often tonight Liverpool are getting caught offside.
Well, they are. They'll have to be a little bit sharper with that, because Tottenham are pushing out quickly and catching them. But the one thing about Liverpool, they keep the pace of the game up, don't they? You know, they very rarely slow the game down at all.
Well, Michael Thomas about to make his debut for Liverpool. It's going to be Jan Molby who comes off. Not quite yet. Molby's little touch there for McMahon. McManaman. Well, predictable boos from the Tottenham fans for the former Arsenal man. Cheers from the Liverpool favourites, the Liverpool fans, for a new favourite of theirs, Michael Thomas. £1.5 million. He made his first appearance for Arsenal at White Hart Lane in 1985. And Liverpool fans will never forget, maybe never forgive, the moment when he snatched the league title from them in that dramatic last-minute effort at Anfield in 1989. Well, his career at Arsenal seemed just a little bit to have gone off the rails after so many promises of a year or two ago, and a real chance now for him to resurrect it again in a red shirt, this time of Liverpool. McManaman, it's Thomas, his first touch ahead of it, finds McManaman. Out. Nickel. Saunders has come off his man very well. Fenwick just reached and got ahead to that one. There's some very intelligent running there by Saunders. It's with Burrows. McManaman. Bit of space here for McMahon, driven wide.
I just wonder what the thinking was behind taking Molby off, unless of course he was injured, Brian, and they maybe said at half-time, look, we'll give you 5 minutes, see how you feel, and then we'll bring you off, because I don't think tactically there'd be any reason for it. Molby was doing all right.
We may have detected, Saint, if you remember, that he stubbed his toe having a shot at goal just before half-time, Jan Molby.
Yes, I think it must have been, Brian, surely. But it'd be interesting to see now if Thomas can make those runs that he was very famous for, like the type of run that beat Liverpool for the league championship.
That's right. Ball kicked away there, I think possibly by Mark Wright. Free kick to Tottenham. Sharp word from referee Martin. Allen. Fenwick. Lineker. Allen. Oof. No prisoners taken there as Steve Nicol went in. But Spurs are given the throw.
Because Allen was out of play actually when the ball hit him, Brian, that's why.
Fenwick will take it. To Walsh. Burrows right at his back. Nicol getting it away. Abbott's header. Samways. In goes Nicol again. Now Michael Thomas. Tottenham boos surrounding Michael Thomas every time he gets the ball. And a good ball played by Houghton for Nicol. But not such a good ball there by Steve Nicol, who played so well and that had a real big part to play in Dean Saunders' equalising goal. Saunders. Okay. 1-1 then, with 55 minutes of this game gone at White Hart Lane. Walsh after 23, Saunders after 28. Thomas on Stewart, free kick to Tottenham, already taken by Vinnie Samways. Of course, a victory for Liverpool takes them into 4th place in the first division of the Barclays League. And in that chase for the championship, it's worth remembering that both Manchester United and Leeds have yet to go to Liverpool this season. Saunders, the little touch for Thomas. Cheers as he falls to the ground. Slipped by Michael Thomas. McMahon spreading it wide. And here's Stewart. Leading the game, but Stewart won't get to that one. And the Liverpool throw.
Stewart's getting involved again, very much so for Tottenham in midfield, and he's such a strong big player. You know, I like him since he's moved to midfield. I think he's been a revelation.
Spurs fans will tell you he's had a really outstanding season, Saint.
Yeah.
Been a bit dangerous. And here's Burrows in for McMahon. Here's Houghton. He's popping up in that central midfield place. Nicol trying to guide that through. Talking at half-time about the position of Ray Houghton now, Saint.
Yeah, actually, he's been moving into the centre of midfield, and he's actually turned the game for Liverpool in there because he's the man that's been free, and he's been getting a supply of ball there.
Stewart again, spreading it wide for Fenwick. Hit towards Samways, tried just to glance that on towards Walsh. And it's a Tottenham corner now. So Houghton at the back post. Tottenham throw. Waiting for Van den Hauwe. Former Evertonian, Van den Hauwe, of course, who would love to put it across rivals Liverpool. Gary Lineker, of course, another former Evertonian. Bergson, all the way back. Erik Thorstvedt. Nayim about to come on. They're going to take David Howes off. I understand that's a purely tactical switch. There's no injury to David Howes.
One would think that this type of game might suit Nayim, Brian, because he's very much a footballer. And I would think he could slot into this, the way the game's going, very easily tonight.
At the moment, the game having trouble picking up to the high pitch that we saw in the first 45 minutes. Jump though by Saunders. McManaman's up there alongside him, and Saunders wanted that one back again, and instead of it falls to Samways, he then gives it away to Houghton, and here's McManaman. They just a little bit too far behind Ray Houghton, and on this difficult surface he couldn't change direction quickly enough. Lineker getting back there. Samways, the crowd shouting that Houghton was behind him. Nayim.
I don't think Tottenham actually are getting the ball forward as quickly as they were in that first 20 minutes of the match, Brian. They're delaying a bit, and they're not giving the front two lads as much service as they were.
Here's Nayim. Stewart's good ball there, played to Samways, but challenged by Thomas. Now it's with Fenwick. And a goal kick to Liverpool. It was a dicey one. Grobbelaar took then quite firmly to Mark Wright, who was right on the edge of the penalty area, with Walsh closing in very quickly on him. Good accurate throw, Grobbelaar. It's Thomas again. Jones trying to get into touch for another Tottenham throw. Waiting for Pat Van den Hauwe to come forward. Stewart. stuff. Straight at Grobbelaar, though.
What a lovely touch there by Paul Walsh again, wasn't it? Opened Liverpool up. It was a beauty, wasn't it? Watch this here. Van den Houw plays it and he stops it. And he really kills right off there. And Van den Houw hit it at the goalkeeper. Should actually go on for the far post.
Nickel. Thomas. Nickel. Jones. Houghton. A little away from Stewart well there. Finds McManaman. Plays it back again for Houghton. A little chip by him. Great bit of skill by Houghton. And a rapid bit of backpedaling there by Erik Thorstvedt. Just getting a fingertip to it and tipping it over for the corner. Already taken. David Burrows. McMahon. Nickel offside. Great bit of skill by Ray Houghton there.
Well, he almost did the same thing as he did against Port Vale the other week, when, from a similar position when he chipped the goalkeeper. This is toe underneath that. That's beautiful, isn't it?
Just
well
a touch.
Goalkeeper.
Oh, did really well. Walsh. Given away by Stewart. Here comes Saunders for Liverpool. 1-1 still the score here at White Hart Lane. Thomas. Threading it through those Spurs defenders for Steve Nicol. Cutting it back. Gets a corner out of it. Came off Paul Allen. And hits a good ball for Ray Houghton. Straight at Thorstvedt.
You get the feeling at this point, Brian, that Liverpool are beginning to turn the screw a little bit. They're creating more danger now than Tottenham.
Burrows. Nayim. To Van den Houw. Walsh. Brought down by Wright. Fennick. Up to Lineker. It's Walsh. He's got beyond Tanner this time. Tried to play that in for Lineker. Didn't quite have enough purchase on it, and Mark Wright got a valuable header in for Liverpool.
I thought he was being a little unselfish there. He might have had a shot on his own, but as you say, he was looking for Gary Lineker at the back post.
Fennick also looking for Lineker on the back post, but Grobbelaar denying him that time. Been a very straight up and down performance by Brucey tonight. No eccentricities.
No histrionics at all.
Played for McManaman. In comes Samways. Foul by Thomas. On Stewart. Thomas with just one goal for Arsenal this season. Now making his first appearance for Liverpool. Lineker couldn't quite get Paul Allen in there. Thomas again. Simple ball played up to McMahon. Ball played. The work for Saunders to do there. Too much. It's a throw to Tottenham. 20 minutes of the second half gone. Thomas finding Saunders. McManaman waiting in the middle. Challenge that time by Abbott. Getting the ball wide to Nayim, when in fact it looked as though there was a good forward move available to Paul Allen there, but he knew best. It's with Stewart though. It's with Lineker. Lineker tried again to get it through to Paul Allen, and Burrows brings it away for Liverpool. The game picking up its pace again now. McManaman. Tumble there as Burrows and Samways clash. No foul. Allen getting the ball through to Stewart. Free kick given against Stewart. away by Spurs again. Paul Allen getting it wide for Gary Lineker. Lineker losing it though to Tara. Up to Nickel. Thomas. Houghton. Nickel. Ray Houghton again. McManaman. Spurs defenders lining up to get the challenge in there. Dive by Nayim. Referee not taken in by it at all, but Spurs get it away. Up to Walsh. Still 1-1. Here's Nayim. It's a foul there for sure. By Jones on Nayim, and a free kick for Tottenham.
Again, it was a beautiful little ball from Paul Walsh. Split the Liverpool defence, and Nayim was clean through.
Nayim lining up the free kick himself. Samways usually has a hand in these things somewhere. It's Nayim. And Walsh getting there first with a header that's gone wide. I'm not sure. I think maybe the kick will have to be taken again. The referee wasn't satisfied that the wall was the full 10 yards back. Grobbelaar's having a word with the referee. And it will have to be taken again. I think the referee's saying to Nayim, wait until I have the go-ahead for the free kick this time. So Nayim again gets his second attempt. Chips it in there. It comes to Stewart. Stopped by the keeper very well indeed. Stewart, in fact, not putting a great deal of power behind it. Looked as though he was seeking to place it rather than blast it. Here's Saunders. Shaking off Samways. McManaman in the middle. Michael Thomas has made a run there. Here's Nickel on this side of the field, just too high for him. And a throw to Tottenham. Good work by Grobbelaar at the other end just a moment ago, Ian.
That was a super save, I thought. Paul Stewart, as you say, didn't really batter the ball, did he? But at the same time, it was a great reaction save from Bruce. There we go. You see him, he was unattended at the back, brought it down, and really we'd be expecting to score from there.
In the meantime, here's Ray Houghton. Saunders. A good block challenge again by Bergson. Been very impressed with Goodney Bergson this evening as well.
Yeah, yes, he's done well. I mean, everybody's played well, Brian. It's been a smashing game.
It's with Houghton. Crossed in, a long one behind in amongst the Liverpool fans there, and a goal kick to Tottenham. Germany 4, Luxembourg 0, the score in that European Championship qualifier. So Germany then go to Sweden next summer. And sadly, Wales don't. And England have won by a goal to nil in Spain. Paul Merson the scorer there. Lineker with the cross. Gathered well by Grobbelaar. Thrown out to him instantly to Ray Houghton. Michael Thomas now. Burrows. And a corner coming off Terry Fenwick. Steve Nicol will take it. Chipped in there towards the near post. For McManaman just to flick it on. Samways gets it back very coolly.
Very coolly. I'm sure his defenders are panicking a little bit there. A lovely bit of skill, but I mean, you just don't do these things in your own box. But he got away with it.
Right, getting well above Walsh as he's entitled to do. Allen to Bergson. Long way back. Van den Hal. glancing it on. Rain still pouring down here at White Hart Lane. Stewart. To Samways. Oh, what a lovely play by Samways, going past Michael Thomas. Lineker. Oh, didn't quite get the touch there, Gary Lineker. Nicky Tanner was to him like a shot. Burrows. Jones to Houghton. Mann. Thomas. One of those runs from the midfield now. Might find Houghton with it. Jones. And the linesman on the far side unhappy about something there. Challenge on Rob Jones as he went through possibly. At any rate, it's a free kick to Liverpool. Houghton will take. Whitus comes stealthily forward for this one. It's the man they're looking for. Little back heel by Nicol. He was right again, gets it back to Nicol. And in the end it comes off Paul Allen for another Liverpool throw. And I think maybe there's an offside. Yes, there's an offside. It'll be a free kick to Tottenham. John Martin having quite a debate with Terry Fenwick as to where that kick should be taken. And I think Terry tried to take the odd liberty, being forced to go back where John Martin wants it to be taken from. There's the free kick, and he hits it straight at McMahon. His header goes straight to Van den Hal. No room there for Nayim, with Houghton closing him down as quickly as that. Crowding him into touch, but a throw to Tottenham, which Van den Hal will take. Just a quarter of an hour left now. Nicol. Burrows. Thomas. Here by Rob Jones. Now what sort of cross coming in? It was Fenwick who got an important header in there for Tottenham, got it away. It's Nayim now for them. Van den Hal joining the charge. Samways through the middle. Van den Hal, you'll never get that. Really was asking a bit much.
I'm just looking at Michael Thomas in midfield for Liverpool, and he's settled in well. He's doing everything right. He's just getting it, trying, knocking it nice and simple, not looking for anything extraordinary. Just play it simple, which is a Liverpool style.
Jones. For him. Tanner's after him. Lineker's turned him well. Played the ball now towards Paul Allen. And Grobbelaar down again. Excellent goalkeeping. Almost the first time in this second half that Lineker's got away from Nicky Tanner.
It's the first time he's really had a decent ball. You know, the type of ball he relishes.
Here at Liverpool again. On to Houghton. They've looked the better side in this second half, Liverpool, without question saying.
Oh yes, because they've outgunned Tottenham in midfield there. You know, with Ray Houghton coming in there, and they've just knocked it around among themselves, and they've certainly had more of the ball.
But here's Lineker taking a good ball from Walsh. Nayim won't get to it. Jones gets it away only as far as Van den Hal. Played into Walsh. Still with Walsh. Tried to find Lineker with it. Again, Liverpool get it away. Up to Thomas. Played wide here for Nicol. Kept that in well. Bergson will let it go back to Erik Thorstvedt. Stewart. Allen. Dummy by him. Couldn't collect. this sort of surface in these sort of conditions, you're always likely to get a mistake in the defence when least you want it. But at the moment, Liverpool looking really quite comfortable on this 1-1. It's Howard. Thomas. Wherever he goes on the field tonight, he's going to find a bruise following him. There's a foul by Mabbott that time on McManaman. Furrowed brows amongst the foreign commentators here, I can tell you, with a McManaman and a McMahon on the Liverpool side. Saunders knocking it down. There's McManaman hitting it straight at Torstvedt.
There's a lovely little ball played in again there. Nice chest off there by Saunders, and the young fellow will be disappointed he didn't get it wide of the goalkeeper.
McMahon, look at the space again here for Steve Nicol. Here's Burrows. Putting it long towards Saunders, and the header by McManaman. The flag is up, it's offside, it won't count. Liverpool unhappy with the decision, but the linesman was directly placed there. The ball will have to come back for the free kick to be taken from the right place.
I'm just wondering who was offside then. Was it the first header or was it the second header? There's nobody offside there. McManaman certainly moved forward there, but when the ball is played to him, I wouldn't say he was offside, Brian.
I would have said he was. Yeah. Well, when the header from Saunders came in, I would have said he was offside.
Remembering, of course, if you're level, you're onside now.
Bergson. Got a shove on Lineker there. McMahon. Bergson gets it back. About 10 minutes left now. Lineker versus Tanner. Tanner's header. Thomas. Good ball played by Thomas. Houghton trying to release McManaman again. Nichols made a terrific break for him. Thomas has come in there as well. McManaman. And Vanden Hauw in the end gets it away to Nayim. Played short up here now to Walsh. Red shirts are buzzing everywhere in this situation. Just look at them. We ought to count, see whether there's not more than 11 of them on the field, I would think. Nicol. Thomas. Houghton. McManaman. Oh, Houghton, space here. Deflection, a goal. A goal that looked to be on its way for quite a few minutes. One disallowed a moment ago, and then McMahon getting the ball through to Houghton. Deflected, I think it was Gary Mabbott. It came off Mabbott.
Well, I don't think anyone deserves it more than Houghton, because he's worked his socks off today for Liverpool, and a bit cruel on the goalkeeper with the deflection, but as you were saying, Brian, the goal always looked as if it was coming.
Stewart now for Tottenham. Inside the last 10 minutes.
And I think we should mention the referee, you know, because when Nicol was fouled in the middle of the field, the referee could easily have blown up. Saw they had the advantage, let him get up and carry on, and they got the goal from it. So well done, the referee.
It's done well, John Martin, again tonight. The oldest referee on the list, very experienced indeed.
You're right enough, it was Gary Mabbott there that deflected up.
Try and take it away from Ray Houghton, though.
Oh, of course not. I mean, it's a Ray Houghton goal, but it's unfortunate for Gary, isn't it?
Saunders, rather Stewart. Here's Burrows. Nicol. Little ball played through to McManaman. Here come Liverpool again. Bergson stopping them. Paul Stewart to Paul Allen. Gary Lineker here for Tottenham now. Trying to get Walsh away again.
See, that was a case of Lineker playing a ball through to Walsh, and really his own midfield player should be playing that type of ball through to him and Walsh.
Tottenham's throw. Fenwick with it. Terry Fenwick again for Tottenham. Allen. Abbott. Playing a handball there, but the referee said no, it wasn't a handball by Houghton. Houghton's ball now puts McManaman on course for goal again. Thomas has gone through the middle for Liverpool. Ray Houghton, who's been a real live wire in this second half. And a poor ball, and look at galloping Van den Hauwe bringing it away. Lineker's gone away over on the right-hand side. Walsh has spotted him. Rain teeming down now as Spurs look for this equalising goal. Van den Hauwe crossing it in, and Mark Wright getting it away, but it'll be a throw to Tottenham.
Well, the pace of the game has been unrelenting, and a lot of the players are feeling that now.
Walsh, Stewart. Shaking Saunders off the ball, gets it up to Walsh, but here's McMahon driving through that midfield again with Saunders outside him. Walsh, foul on him, I think possibly by Houghton, giving Spurs the free kick. Nayim. Stewart. It's McManaman. Nicol up there with him. Steve Nicol. Good cross by him, but will McManaman be able to turn it back? Thomas is waiting in there. And McMahon in there as well. And here's Houghton. No respite for Tottenham. Houghton. McManaman. Jones. Saunders. Everything's buzzing around the Spurs box now, and Saunders easily gathered, in fact, by Torsvett, and a long clearance by him. Grobbelaar way out of his goal on the far side, but it'll be a throw to Liverpool. 5 minutes of the game left now. Liverpool leading by 2 goals to 1. And Steve McMahon going off the field. Who knows, that might be the last time he's on the field for Liverpool if the proposed move to Manchester City goes through. In his place, Mike Walsh. Right for Liverpool. Walsh slotting into that central midfield position vacated by Steve McMahon. Now Thomas. Abbott stopped him. Nayim. Walsh with the header. Last 4 minutes of the game. Abbott. Fenwick. Walsh. Samways pick it up and keep it going now for Tottenham. Fenwick. Tottenham saw it, came off Tanner. Fenwick. Foul on Allen. Linesman flagging, referee agrees. Free kick to Tottenham. Towards 3 minutes left. Nayim wants to take the free kick. Lineker's lurking on the far side. Mabbott's in there too. Header comes in, knocked away very well by Tanner. Van den Hauwe looking to whip it back in there. Lineker again with the cross. Mabbott there trying to lift himself above the heads there to get another one in. Nayim playing it in, and the catch from Bruce Grobbelaar. to choose the man of the match. There's Dean Saunders. Thomas. Walsh. Saunders. Won't be an easy choice for him tonight, Saint, will it?
Well, I mean, so many high-class performers on the field. It's been an excellent game. We played in atrocious weather, but it's been wonderful entertainment.
Here's Tanner. Burrows thought about getting it back, wondered with Lineker lurking whether he should. Tanner. I think if that goes through to Eric Torsfett, Brian Robson, we better call up the verdict for the man of the match.
I'm going for Tottenham Hotspur's Paul Stewart.
Paul Stewart. Tell me why you've gone for Paul Stewart, Brian.
Well, I feel like he's worked really hard. I just, towards this part of the game, Tottenham have left him by himself in the midfield, but I still feel like everything that Tottenham have looked dangerous on, you know, he's been involved on.
Excellent. Paul Stewart gets the bubbly. Ray Houghton's got the ball. Paul Allen gets in and gets it back to Torsfett. Van den Hau. Up to Nayim. Nayim tries to get it back again. Jones. Saunders. Round Van den Hau, too high for McManaman, and a goal kick for Tottenham.
Saunders and McManaman have certainly had a sort of fresh impetus of energy in the second half, Brian, especially this last 20 minutes. Both of them have really come into the game in a big way.
Walsh tried to get Nayim down that touchline. The flag was up for an offside. And a free kick to Liverpool. Well inside the last minute now, Liverpool with 3 points almost within their grasp will go to 4th place in the First Division.
It's a great psychological blow, Brian, for Liverpool to be up there as close to the top, you know, getting on to the Christmas games, and it must put a little bit of apprehension among the teams up there.
Well, it's one defeat only in 11 games. They'll have won 7 of those as well now. As I said at the start, the march is truly on, and a good save by Torsfett from Burrows. And let me just emphasise that point again, that both Manchester United and Leeds have yet to go to Anfield this season. Jones happy to get it back to Grobbelaar. One minute of injury time played. A classic match comes to an end here at White Hart Lane. A victory for Liverpool by 2-1. Saunders and Houghton, their scorers, after Paul Walsh had put Tottenham ahead in the first half. But some great passing, some great goalmouth action, and a game played in the best possible spirit.